Greetings, everybody. It's Brian Terrian from the Disability Digest, and welcome to our Friday YouTube live session. Got three key points that I want to go over, and then I want to address some questions. A shout out in advance. I see the guy that's logged in here has been approved yesterday. Tip of the hat to you. Congratulations. I bet that's a big sigh of relief. I see questions from Corey. Looks like you want to get approved. Look forward to helping you out there. Bobby, thank you for the kind words and the feedback. So here at the Disability Digest, we do these events, other videos to help you understand how to get your benefits, keep your benefits, maximize your benefits. Um, we provide a free membership to those of you that are not a member. We invite you to join us, and the value of the membership is there's no charge for it, and we provide a customized approach to help you get your benefits, keep them or maximize them. Or if you're a member and you haven't updated your membership in a while, maybe something's changed with you or with us, which commonly happens, we invite you to just go back through and complete an evaluation again at the disabilitydigest.com. So here we go. For today, first thing just a general reminder for those of you that are approved for disability benefits and are on Medicare plans. Um, if anything changed with your plan from last year, then now in January you would notice it. Like we've gotten calls from people like they took away my shopping credits, which was in this particular situation quite substantial, or a change in dental, or sometimes plans even get closed. They don't let any more anybody else in there, and then they'll convert to another plan. So it is these plans roll over, and in most cases they're the same thing every year. But it's good to review them, as I have shown you how to do in other videos, to get your summary of benefits, the document that shows what is covered. Look at the one from last year. Anything going on that I need to be aware of? The key things are, certainly your specialist and your primary care that you're going to go see, the formularies for your medications, like, are those still the same? Dental, hearing, vision, especially dental. Everybody should be using dental. Put it that way. Shopping credits, and stuff like that. So just a shout out for that. I have my list over here on another computer, so just that's why I keep pivoting. The next topic I want to go through, and I just a reminder, thanks for those of you that are joining. Feel free to enter your questions that you have. I'm going to get to those in a minute after I cover these last two items. I want to talk about the phrase of putting the cart before the horse, like doing first things first. So there's two examples that I want to use. Commonly, questions are asked by individuals that are working full time about getting Social Security disability. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. There's a lot of things you can do while you're working to prepare your situation and your case so that you can get approved much faster when you're not. But when people ask the question, can I get approved for disability and they're still working? I mean, the answer is really no, because you have to be stop working or be under 20 hours and 1,300 and whatever dollars it is now. So that's like, can I qualify and you're still working? That's really difficult. But the main one that I want to cover today is this. Because I think this is because a lot of people are getting pinched with the cost of living and the expenses going up. A lot more people are looking to go back to work. And questions that we've had recently are like, should I, if they're going to work for themselves, should I get a corporation in place before I start working? Or, I don't have the money for my corporation, or to get that in place so that I can start working. And I don't know the right answer, and I'm really not a tax guy, but I do know the Social Security laws. And you can earn up to $970 a month and have zero impact on your benefits. And if you're starting a business or doing something on your own, um, you can start and formulate it and prove your strategy and start earning some money. And then you can form a corporation. You can do that later. Now, again, I'm not a tax guy, but from a practical standpoint, if it was me, I just start with proof of concept. If you make $1, you're on the road hopefully to making two, right? And you know where 970 is, and how you need to manage that. And if you're an independent doing something independent, you need to consider that you can write down some expenses. So I would encourage you just to take action. That would be my preference. And block out all the noise about do I need a corporation? Do I need this? You know, just get going, do stuff. Last one that I want to cover is the abundance of questions that we're getting about Social Security disability reviews. Um, you know, I'm being reviewed. Can you help me? I've been reviewed, filled out the paperwork. Can you help me? I, uh, I've lost my benefits. Can you help me? So all of these, and there's a lot to unpack here. We have more coming out in upcoming events about this, but here's the situation. If you whatever has been done medically that's in your medical records, a lot of the questions are like, you know can you help me? They don't see any limitations. It's tough if you haven't done the right things medically to to prove that you are still entitled to benefits, um, to help you get your benefits back. So the best advice that I can give to people, um, is a few things. Actually, is understand that you do need to stay in your treatment and what you need to do in your treatment, which we cover for you, and organize your doctors and your appointments, and when you had an MRI and when you had other things. I would keep some type of independent Google document that just kind of outlines that if it's not clear in your online patient portal, so that like this individual, she was asked to bring in her own medical records going back 15 years. She's like, I don't have those, and that's a unique situation. Um, so those are a few things. Now, here at the Disability Digest, we provide a benefit protection program, and that's for people that we are managing their Medicare. We've enrolled them in a Medicare plan, and our job is to keep them happy, keep them in benefits, and if they get a review, then they have access to our legal team. But not everybody qualifies to be in our benefit protection program, and many people are off doing their own thing. So this is just a general statement that you got to take care of what you need to do to keep your benefits. Okay. um, all right, so I'm going to get into some of the questions that we have here today. Welcome everybody again. Brian from the Disability Digest. I see a lot of people straggling in. All right, the guy 61 who just got approved received the letter near midnight. Wow. And you were on your computer at midnight. Formal approval letter, benefit statement, 10 to 15 days. Okay, now what? I want to see if you went to a hearing or. Um, all right, the guy 61. Did you get approved at a hearing or was this before a hearing? That would help me determine what is next. And your reply is going to go at the bottom of the list. So just ping me with that one, and then we can get on with the show there. I see your conditions. All right, good. All right, I'm gonna just pivot over to Corey's question here in a minute. And so Corey writes that has multiple conditions. I'll leave that generic. According to the blue book, I should get disability because of neuropathy, tremors. Correct. All right. Great question. This is my take on it. I think the blue book, unless you have a trained eye and understand how to go through those listings, um, can be misleading. And here's why. Having the conditions like and they've got them broken down from category or listing number one, which is like your back and structural impairments, to all different kinds. But if somebody has a bad back, they might have degenerative disc disease or arthritis, or they might have had a back fusion. When you dig down into that, there is the limitations component of it. Like, what are the documented limitations? So, my point is here is that it's not the conditions that are going to uh, trigger a blue book or a listing, right? It is the severity of those conditions that you have, and if they meet the listing. And in addition to that, how well you, or if you have a representative working for you, communicate those limitations in your medical records. And to roll it even a step further, if the doctor does or doesn't have the limitations that you are experiencing in your medical records, you can put a lock on it by using the residual functional capacity reports, that are doctors' support letters that we provide to our members that go through the approval process. You bring them to their doctor fills them out, confirms that you're being treated, confirms that what their opinion is on your limitations and how many days you would be off task or be missing work. Makes a big difference. So, excellent question. All right, let's see if I can get the guy's response here. Um, I don't see the answer. Well, I'll just address it this way, then I can move on to the next one. Um, if you were approved at a hearing and you received a letter, an award letter, actually, I'm sorry, if you went to a hearing and you received a letter and it was favorable, that's called a decision letter. It's a decision that your hearing was favorable. Then what happens next is you receive what's called an award letter. On the top of your award letter, it'll have your entitlement date, the date that your benefits started, and below that it will have the date that they found you disabled. There'll be a 5 month difference between the two. um, and so for you, for what happens next, if you are at a hearing, then you need to wait for the award letter. And usually sometimes you get paid before you get the award letter, so just a heads up, check your bank account. Now, if this is a situation where you just applied and it's an initial decision or a reconsideration decision, then you are going to get an award letter. You might get a confirmation of benefits, which is something that I see that's happening now. Just a basic two-pager, followed by the full-on award letter. Um, so that's what the process is. And if all goes well, you could be paid within 30 to 60 days. All right. That's great. Um, and if you'd like assistance here at the Disability Digest to go through and review your award, like your award letter and the things that you're going to be responsible for. If you're not a member, join us. Or if you're a member, just reach out to us and say, just got approved. I'd like to have my benefits reviewed. It's a service that we provide for no charge for our members. Okay, some great questions today. Let me find the next one. Okay, this is from Luana. I just received a letter, either a phone or a video hearing. Would like to know how long does it take to get a hearing date? How long does okay? The hearing dates are, there is no like one answer fits all, because it is based on where you are located and which hearing office you have. Here at the Disability Digest, we have a segment of our disability approval course that is called it's a hearing preparation course, and it teaches you what to do and what not to do while you're going through a hearing, and it will help you understand um, when your estimated hearing date, excuse me, because each one of the hearing offices publishes their wait time. It might be 9 months, 14 months, 24 months, right? So you'll learn that. So if you're a member, again, contact us. Not a member, join, ask us. We can get you that. That's how we can help you find the definitive date. If you're using an attorney and you just want to skip all this and not contact us, then just ask them. Say, what's the wait time in my hearing office? Okay. How long does a process when how long was the process when you file? Oh, okay, I got you. This is from Buddy. um General expectations: if you filed an application today, they their standard responses, you'll have a decision in 5 to 6 months. I don't see that happening, even now that we've worked through COVID for a while. I say general expectations is like 9 months. Some states are really behind, like California, certain areas, and it could be 12 months. So um, that's very general. And sure, there are people out there that are getting their decisions a little bit quicker, but there's still lots of workflow issues with Social Security. All right, I'm in the middle of a medical. This is from What About Bob? I'm in the middle of a medical review with DDS. My mother passed away. If I spend down the inheritance to buy a home, will the income tax this year hurt me? Oh, tax question. I'm not a tax guy, so let me just. I want to make sure I get this. Um, if you're a Medicaid recipient and you receive an inheritance, uh, one thing I do know is that inheritance will have an impact on your Medicaid. They're going to look at your resources, so that's for sure. Um, for the tax questions, I, I'm going to punt on that one. You've got to go to a tax guy. It's just not something that's in my area of expertise. I encourage you to pay your taxes. So, from Eric, can you give us some information on work available for the company I believe called NHI or something similar? NTI, right? Yeah. NTI is for 25 years has helped disability recipients that received Social Security disability and also SSI on the path back to work. They're a ticket to work program, and if you're not familiar with that, they get paid by the government to help people go back to work. Well, they have positions now. The ones that I talk about the most are their part-time positions, because I don't see I don't see the success rate being high for somebody that hasn't worked going right back into a 40-hour a week job. So there at NTI at home, you can do shift work. That's, you know, 15 hours a week, 3, 4 hours a day type thing. And most of their work is remote at home, taking inbound calls. And those calls could be, they have agreements with roadside assistance, like if somebody's broken down, they got to call in. IRS, pharmaceutical companies. They've done work with Amazon. Maybe they still do. Uh, when you go to NTI at home, they will help you, assess you, take a look at your skill sets, um, train you, get you into a work position or the opportunity to do that. So yeah, if you're interested in working, that's a great place to go check out. We have a full-on interview with their team there that goes into much more detail than what I provided. Um, just email us at support at the Disability Digest and ask for the NTI at home interview. We'll make sure that you get that. Okay, my 1099 the other day. Am I in trouble? I made okay. So this is from Jennifer. I have a question. I received my 1099 the other day and I'm in trouble. I made I think $1,000. If that was all that you made, then you're not in trouble because you can earn up to $970 a month. And if you did that for 12 months out of the year, somebody want to do the math for me, I'm going to call it 11, $12,000. Then you reduce it by your expenses. So you're way under the limit. Unless you earned $1,000 every month, then you need to find some expenses if you want to keep your benefits. So you're kicking into your trial work months. All right. Okay, here's one. I think there's no limit to non-employment income for SSDI, but if you leave the country, you'll still get S. Oh, there's two things here. So non-employment income would be passive income. And my understanding, the way the rules are written, is there is not a limit for passive income. If you own properties and they're generating income, or you have a portfolio of investments, Social Security disability is not a need-based program. The premise of it is you cannot work. So if you are working to generate income, and that work that you're doing to generate the income is over the allowed amount, either 20 hours a week or $970 a month, then that's where um, you know the rules change, right? You're going to migrate off of benefits, lose your benefits, or reduce your work. What type of question should I be asking to the doctor? It's from Sam. In your 7-minute office visit? Yeah, that's what the average is now. I don't know if anybody else is finding that they're getting anything longer. Um, I don't know where you're at, Sam, in the process. It's a very broad question. Um, but I'll mention a few things of questions that are asked. People are often of the mindset that I'm going to ask my doctor if I should apply for my disability benefits. And you can do that. Um, but I want you to consider this. Typically, doctors do not understand the regulations for Social Security disability. They don't know that. They they don't know what your situation really is, other than spending the 7 minutes that you spend with them periodically. They don't know what your typical day is like